And Peter believes that. When he preached to us, to Servite brothers, at his 60th anniversary, he didn't talk about the past. He talked about the future and what's yet to be done and the work we're still being called to do. So, certainly, all of us as the Servite brothers are so grateful to God, and we're grateful to you, Peter, for the gifts that have come our way through you, and for the gift that you have been in the lives of your family, your friends, your colleagues in the International Compassion Ministry, and in the life of the Servite community. You are, Peter, a truly good man, and as simple a statement as that is, I don't think I can say anything better about anybody else. So let's continue to celebrate him, this man who lives the spirit of the servants of Mary.
Thank you, Father John. Speaking of funerals that Father Peter mentioned, there was a funeral in Ireland, and the priest at the homily time asked if anybody here can say anything about the man who died. This is no reflection of Peter and his brother, but nobody said a word. And he said, anybody have anything to say to him? One man put up his hand, and the priest said, oh. And the man said, his brother was even worse. Nothing to do with Peter and his brother. I would like now to introduce Father David Simonetti. Father told me to be good. I do that everywhere. You know, Father, I've only been a priest, well, next week it'll be 6 years. And Father Rookey, I met him when I was a seminarian. His office, International Compassion Ministry, is not far from where my parents lived. And that's where I got to know him and started to learn how to love by watching him. And I'll never forget as a seminarian, now Father Rookey is frugal. And he is frugal, and he doesn't want to waste anything. So he had a pair of pants that looked like they were from Warcorn, Berlin. And his office manager said, I'm getting you new pants, and she gave him a new pair of pants, and they were real nice, and he was going to then toss the other ones. I said, wait a second, I'll take those, and I'm thinking they could be a relic one day. In his way of charity, should I move? Okay. In his charity, he looked at me as I held the pants, he said, those will never fit you. I said, I don't want to wear them, I want to cut them up. I figured at $5 a piece. Those 38 long. So then, as I was a seminarian, I would go back, but, you know, when I was in my delayed reaction, you just got it? Okay. You know, when I was in my last year, I was just ordained a deacon. I was on Christmas break, and it was New Year's Eve. And all of a sudden, I found myself in the hospital. I couldn't believe it. I found myself in the hospital, and I missed a whole month of school, and I was really afraid, you know, what's wrong? Maybe they'll find something, I won't be ordained, all kinds of things. So I was homesick for a month, and I remember calling the office, and Father came over to my parents' house where I was staying, and they gave me a beautiful small picture of him. It's that one where he's got that jacket on, and the wind is blowing his hair in the yellow background. And I remember, when I just felt sick, I remember just holding that picture. And when you're sick, you really can't pray. But I remember just holding that picture and just looking at him. And I'd call the office, and if I felt good, I would sometimes go into the office and just sit while he was having Mass. And I remember just being so endeared to him. And then when I was ordained, it takes a while to get used to, in my mind, it's being a priest. It takes a while to get used to that. So I was a priest, and I took a rosary out of my pocket. I said, Father, would you bless us? And he went, you can do that now. Yeah, that's right. So I said, oh, that's right, but I want your blessing. There's probably more voltage. But I just want to say this. I just want to end with this. When I look around at how many people have come out to celebrate his life and ministry, really the love of God in him, I think of this. When Pope John Paul the Great, blessed Pope John Paul the Great, was dying, he could look and he could see outside, they say, and the throngs of people who were praying for him outside in the piazza, St. Peter's Square. And what he said to me as I was sitting there praying about the Father and this and that, what John Paul's last words, I think, can apply to Father Peter and all of us. I have spent my life going out to you, and now you come to me, and I thank you.
We thank Father David very much. Also, this afternoon was very well planned by the staff at the Compassion Ministry.